It's been said that membership has its privileges. A local nonprofit organization is looking for you to become a member and have the exclusive honor and opportunity to save animals' lives. All the details are coming up on Polk Place. Welcome to Polk Place. I'm your host, Lauren Lingell. In studio today, we have Adam Stanfield, Executive Director of the SPCA Florida.
That's right, you got it.
And he's brought a friend with us.
Yeah.
This is Giselle.
Cute.
Giselle is a sweet little 18-month-old.
3-month.
3-month-old.
3-month-old, 18-pound.
18. I knew she was heavy. I just wasn't sure.
It's like dense, you know?
And she's available for adoption.
She is available for adoption.
So
Very
look
cute.
at that sweet little face.
Mm-hmm. And actually, she comes to us. This is a great story, or a very typical story, in the sense that she was surrendered to us because the pet owner had too many animals. So again, that speaks back to being a responsible pet owner and knowing your environment, knowing your capacity, and what you can support versus what you can't. So, we appreciate the opportunity for the individual that brought her to us to give us the ability to rehome her, find a good home for her. So.
She's got such a wonderful temperament too.
Yeah.
She's a little possessive of the chair, so be aware.
Yeah.
But I feel like
you said you were going to adopt her, right?
I'm working. I mean, I really would like to. She's beautiful.
You have animals at home?
Beautiful. You're beautiful. So also today we're going to be talking a little bit about the SPCA Florida.
Yes. And
revisit your mission and what you all offer there. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, our mission is to of course, eliminate animal cruelty and neglect, and we do that by engaging the population as a whole. Part of what our interest is to educate things like what we just talked about the responsibilities of pet owners and how to be a good pet owner, how to be a responsible pet owner, and making sure that your animal is spayed or neutered. That way the ability for them to reproduce has been taken care of, and just controlling the overall pet population through managing the reproduction ability, specifically of cats. And I know we've talked on the show before that our statistic that we quote is like one female cat that's unaltered in 6 years can give rise to 420,000 offspring. And that's just crazy when you think about it, just all those cats conceivably that are running around there. So,
so it's really about responsibility.
Exactly.
It's not about cruelty or anything like that.
And, with respect to cats, dogs not so much. Cats, there's a population, a feral population, if you will, or we call them a community cat as well, where the cats just like are free roaming. Either they've been born in outside of captivity, or people have released them, which is sad to think of. But these guys are out there just doing their own thing, and we have programs available where we can actually bring them in as a responsible pet owner. You might know of cats running around your community, and you just see them having these litters, and you want to stop it. So what you can do is you can come down to SPCA Florida, and we'll teach you how to trap. We'll rent you a trap, and then you trap the animal, bring them in, and then we'll spay and neuter them under a grant program that we have, and then we vaccinate them and we return them to their population just to live. So and we also do the same thing with the true feral population. We do have a trapper. His name's Bruce. We call him Super Bruce.
Super Bruce.
Because he'll trap up to 200 cats in a month, and we spay neuter those guys, and we vaccinate them, and he returns them back to their communities which they came.
Now, SPCA Florida is a nonprofit.
Correct. Yeah.
So as a nonprofit, I imagine you have to do a fair amount of fundraising.
We do, absolutely.
What types of fundraisers do you all?
We have a wide variety of fundraisers that are out there. We have our signature events, which is the walk, which we've done a show on recently, and I'll have to tell you, thank you to the community for responding as well as you did. This year's walk was wonderful. Everyone that we had spoken to had a great time there. Ultimately, we raised about $120,000 in total, which was great. We hit our goal. Mm-hmm. And After that, we also have our auction for the animals, which is coming up in November. It's kind of like our gala event for what many people are experiencing, but it's lower key than that, and but it's a fun time, and that'll raise about $270,000 for us. And we rely on those monies to provide the services, exactly what we just talked about, spay neuter for what I call the indigent population that's out there. I come from the world of human medicine at the hospital that I worked at up in Atlanta. We had a strong indigent population that came to us, about 20% of our population. And indigent meaning without money to pay, without insurance, things like that. So our indigent population on our end is just that, the community cats or the feral cats that are out there that we are trying to control the population for that are non-paying. But then also on our adoption side, we adopt out about 4,000 animals on an annual basis. So, and their care, is the same as anything that you or I, that have a pet would need. So, it's a very expensive proposition out there.
And so what are those funds used for? I know that you mentioned several, that you all have a grant that funds the spay and neuter program.
Sure.
But what other services do you offer with all of that money that's coming in?
Well, we have the Guardian Angel program, which is something that we fundraise for. And what that does is that provides financial assistance to individuals that don't have the ability to pay for their animals' care. Those are the individuals that come to us because we are a nonprofit and we are a low-cost provider, and they can't afford the cost associated with going to a for-profit clinic. So, we fundraise for this particular thing, and there's an example that we have. Things are flying all over the place. There's an great example that we had last year. A family brought a dog to us that had a chemical burn all along its spine. And that was something that they couldn't care for, but what we did is we took it in, we cleaned up the wound, and then we gave it a series of hyperbaric treatments, pure oxygen environment to promote the healing process, and our Guardian Angel program took care of that. Captain Jack, who is featured in our membership campaign, he was an animal that was thrown out of a car, and moving car. And what it did is when he hit the ground, it degloved his whole left leg. And what we did with that is we took him in and we skin grafted him. We cleaned up the wound, of course, in the beginning. And then through a series of procedures, that skin graft actually took. He had some hyperbaric treatments as well, and Captain Jack's just fine as can be right now. So, those are all different things outside of, the normal medication, type procedures. We pay for, heartworm medications for our post-adopt animals. We are the only nonprofit animal welfare organization in the county, to my knowledge, that will pool heartworm positive animals from Polk County Animal Services to give them a second chance of life. That's a big deal for us because those guys, it's not their fault that they didn't get the care and treatment that they did from their owner or whoever they were under control of at that time. So, matter of fact, I adopted a shepherd from us that was heartworm positive. Her name's Riley, and she's now heartworm negative, so we're very excited about that. But yeah, just a wide variety of things. And actually something else that the community would be interested in, we actually asked them to participate in DIY campaigns, do-it-yourself campaigns, which are things that the school kids can get involved with from a fundraising perspective. They can earn community service hours with that as well. So.
Well, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
I also, if people are wanting to get more involved,
Listen, the drums are beating.
If people are wanting to get more involved,
yeah.
I understand you have a membership program.
We do, absolutely.
Tell me a little bit about that.
The membership drive has been around for a long time. It has kind of been passive in the sense of our approach, really just kind of a general fundraiser. But one thing after I came on board, the board was talking about turning it into a more meaningful event or happening for us. So this year what we're doing is we're putting out a formal campaign to the community. Everyone out there is welcome to join. Actually, we have an annual meeting kickoff or a membership kickoff today after this viewing, and we've got all kinds of dignitaries coming. The sheriff's coming, Lakeland PD chief is coming, We're going to do some recognitions of some special things that have happened in our community recently. Lakeland Fire is going to be there. So, you know, we're trying to bring in as many people as possible, Polk County Animal Services, and that is an opportunity for people to join. As a member, you get voting rights for our board, so that would be something that the public might be interested in, you know, next year coming out and helping us become even a better organization than what we are now. In addition, we've added some perk levels to, or some perk amenities to the different levels that you can join. So somebody can come in and join at $25, and what they get is they get a magnet. And let me show you this thing. It's really kind of cool. Sorry. But if I see them, uh-oh, must have fallen out. But anyway, we have a yeah, probably. We have a magnet that goes on the car, and then at the next level, they get a magnet plus discounts to our medical center. We have local percent off cards for restaurants and businesses, national chains, and then at the upper levels, $100, $250, $500, you can actually get plaques for our kennels, kind of like in honor of or in memory of things that we also fundraise with. So it was really kind of cool. Yeah.
So before, we're almost out of time. We've got a little bit of time. But so before we finish up, let's have a little reminder here that Giselle is available for adoption.
Yep.
She's
right now she's available.
Right now she's available. She may be coming home with me.
Yeah.
And she is 3 months.
She's 3 months old.
3 months old and 18 full
pounds.
18 pounds. I can attest to that.
That's right.
So she's available
and
right now.
She's a talker and a licker.
And she is a sweet lover.
I think she's making her claim to you.
And she might be.
She might be.
She might be.
Yeah.
So make sure you help out the SPCA Florida if you can, and come by and check out the animals that they have available.
And actually, just to let you know, as we get ready to conclude the first half of the year, we're on track for 4,000 adoptions this year.
Oh, congratulations.
Which is important because we were actually involved in an economic development impact study with Chuck Duvall over at Florida Southern College. He has a think tank of his brightest MBA students coming together to see the true value which our adoptions have out into the community. So we think it's going to be a pretty big deal, and we're getting ready to celebrate it in a large way. So be looking for some more. That'll probably be our next show.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing the results.
Yeah, me
because
too.
I know the value, but
Yeah.
I hope other people do too.
Sure.
So, Adam, thank you for being here.
Not a problem. Thank you.
And Giselle, thank you for being here. You've been quite good. Every day, SPCA Florida takes in ill, injured, and neglected dogs and cats, pets that are relying on generous donations to make their happily ever afters possible. They invite you to be a part of their miracle by becoming an SPCA Florida member today. As a member, you'll receive our Nose to News publication and special event invitations. There are various levels that are sponsorship opportunities for both individuals and corporations alike. SPCA Florida is committed to giving the animals a second chance they deserve, regardless of how much it costs. SPCA Florida is located at 5850 Brannon Road in Lakeland. And for more information on how you can make a difference, give them a call at 863-646-7722 or look them up on the web at www.spcaflorida.org.